What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today I'm checking out the Toor Knives Chasm. This is my first knife from Toor Knives, but I have been super impressed with it so far. I have had it out of the box and handled it quite a bit. I've had it for a couple weeks now, but thought they had really nice packaging, so threw it back in there just to give the full, I guess, unboxing experience because that is a nice touch. It's a big part of getting a new knife. It really adds to the overall experience of opening it up and getting it in your hand the first time. And so when it's in really nice packaging, I do like to throw it back in the box and just kind of show what that experience is like. If it's just basic packaging, I'll usually skip that and just have it open already and maybe have the box on the table. But really nice kind of oversized box here, magnetic clasp, and mostly the standard fare. Inside you have this cleaning cloth, which is a really nice version of it. It's got their logo here, which I really dig their logo. It's kind of a piratey theme and looks really nice. And as far as the cleaning cloth goes, it's pretty oversized compared to what you get with some other knives, and so that's a really nice thing as well. Really good size cleaning cloth from them, as well as the sticker. Big fan of getting stickers with any knife. Not much to say there, but always enjoy that. And they do come with a lifetime warranty, so there's information about the warranty as well as a message from the founder. If you want to read that, feel free. I'm not going to read it, but you can pause it there. And then I thought it was nice also that you got a little bit of frog lube. This is kind of a single-use disposable. It's much too much for a single use. Obviously, this is more than you need on one knife. But since it's not resealable, I kind of consider it single use. But if you're doing some knife maintenance and you're going to do a bunch at once, you can definitely use this on probably 10 or more knives even. So it's a decent amount in there. Just the fact that it's not resealable, I guess you could roll it up after. But you always worry about it spilling out. It's not a permanently resealable. But always a nice touch to get that in there. Even if you already have some, it's nice to have extra. And then a nice, really laser cut foam in here. It's kind of glued into the box, so I don't think you can pull it out and reuse this box for something else, but really nice laser cut there. Laser cut foam. And the knife itself is this beautiful kind of Tiffany blue color. I think they call it teal, obviously. They're not probably not allowed to call it Tiffany blue, but that's how I would describe it. And I paid $200 for this knife over at Cavisa. It is now sold out there. I think I got the last one, maybe the second to last one. But it is available from other retailers and still in stock. And this is a somewhat older knife. I think it's been around for probably a year and a half or two. And so, somewhat older knife. I couldn't imagine that the other retailers that have it in stock are going to sell out very quickly, just because it's been around forever. People that want it already have it or don't know about it. But action on this is excellent. I have seen some other reviews when I was deciding whether I wanted to purchase this or not that had some complaints about the action. Mine is excellent. It could be that I just got the kind of best QC'd version and I just got lucky, or it could be that because a lot of those reviews are a year or so older that they've just gotten better at manufacturing these. They've cleaned up the process, cleaned up the QC, and that's to be expected, but I obviously can't say, this being my first knife from Toor Knives. But on mine, at least, it's excellent. No lock stick whatsoever, and the deployment's rapid and really, really nice. Dig the shape of this knife overall, especially the blade. It's got this really nice shaped recurved blade, but the handle as well. It looks a little bit funny with this really thick kind of ending, but it makes it really, really comfortable in the hands. The jimping's in the perfect place, aggressive but not too aggressive. But again, where it kind of thickens up here, I think it really fills out the hand well and makes it a super comfortable knife. These are titanium scales, but they're coated, so it's super smooth, not very grippy at all. I wouldn't describe it as like a grippy texture on that coating. I'm not sure what the coating is, but I wouldn't describe it as grippy at all. But the knife isn't slippery whatsoever. It's got a really nice kind of grip on it, and it feels really good in the hand with no hot spots whatsoever, at least in my hand, which I wear a size large glove, so pretty average sized hands overall. If you have bigger hands, I guess it might be a little bit small. I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip on there. There's a sharpening choil here, definitely not a finger choil. It comes to a pretty aggressive point right in front of that, so if you're doing any sort of heavy cutting and you have your finger there, you're very likely to cut yourself. So definitely just a sharpening choil. And the hardware on here is all bronzed out. The thumb stud's the most obvious in person. On camera it actually looks the same as I'm looking into the viewfinder. It looks the same, but the hardware is a little bit lighter and some of it almost looks silver, like the screws right now when I'm looking at them look silver in person, but when I look up at the viewfinder they're very bronze, so that pops out really nicely. Everything but the pocket clip, which is just kind of a stonewash finish here, but all of the rest is nicely bronzed to match that thumb stud and looks really, really good. One other thing to mention while I'm talking about the hardware is that hardware is actually manufactured by Toor Knives as well. So they do everything in-house, everything's made in the US. I believe it said in El Cajon, which I'm pretty sure is down by San Diego. Yeah, it definitely said El Cajon. Pretty sure that's down by San Diego. And so they make all of this in-house, all of the different parts, including the pocket clip and the hardware, which is really nice. And for a $200 knife, that seems like a really good deal. I know $200 to non-knife people might seem pretty expensive, but if you're into the hobby, you know it's kind of middle of the road as far as, I mean, you can get up there on production knives, and with custom knives, it's kind of a drop in the bucket. So $200, definitely a little bit pricey, but not bad at all for something that's American made and really well made, looks beautiful, and one of my favorite knives that I've bought in this year, honestly. Really, really digging it. The only complaint I actually have about it, which is, I'm not the only one who's had this complaint, is the factory edge is pretty weak, honestly. It's came pretty dull. I'm hoping I can sharpen that out pretty quickly, but very dull. I mean, it cuts paper, but not super well. It'll cut basic things, but it could definitely use some improvement on that factory edge. So again, hopefully I'll be able to sharpen that out. But other than that, no complaints whatsoever. I think it's a really comfortable knife and a really good looking knife. The blade, I should probably talk about dimensions and all that. Blade CPM 154, recurve obviously. 3.25 inches overall, a little bit less than that on the cutting edge because you have this sharpening choil here. Some jimping right here at the base, again, really comfortable. Right around the base, it's about 0.125 inches thick, obviously thinning out towards the tip. And the handles are 4 inches overall, exactly 7¼ inches total overall. So not a super large knife, and blade to handle ratios, not great. It's a pretty small blade compared to the handle, I guess. So small to medium sized knife, but it feels really good in the hands. Again, you get a nice 4-finger grip, and it's really comfortable because of that handle shape. No hot spots whatsoever. The pocket clip you don't feel at all. It just kind of disappears in your hand. And that pocket clip is right hand tip up only. It is not reversible. So right hand tip up only, and it's also not deep carry at all. If I close this up real quick, it sticks out about an inch, maybe a little bit more than an inch of the pocket, but because of the color and the shape, it's pretty inconspicuous. It doesn't scream knife, and even if it is, people realize it's a knife because of the color and the kind of rounded shape, not harsh edges. It's just not very aggressive looking, I guess, at least in my eyes. Maybe that's just my opinion, but it doesn't look super aggressive to me, even what's sticking out. It does have this nice sized lanyard hole if you're someone who's into lanyards. Kind of sits pretty close to the tip there. Not sure if that would be an issue. Don't know. I'm not someone who puts lanyards on a lot of my knives unless they come with them. And even then, a lot of times I end up removing them. But again, really nice action. It is on phosphor bronze washers. As I misfire there. It is on phosphor bronze washers. Frame lock, titanium scales. Again, they're coated so you can't really tell that they're titanium, but titanium scales. The frame lock works really well. Of course I failed again. Works really well, no lock stick or anything like that, which is again another complaint I've seen in some of the reviews when I was deciding whether to buy this knife. So again, that doesn't mean those reviews definitely aren't wrong. It's just that knives are different. Sometimes you get a better version of it, and again, there's been some time that's passed in between, so maybe they've improved their quality control. But overall, super happy with this knife. Love the design. It's one of my favorite knives that I picked up this year, and wasn't really expecting that. I like the look of it, which is really why I picked it up. I hadn't, honestly, the reviews I've seen, some were fairly positive. There were a couple that were fairly negative. Everyone liked the design, but there were definitely real complaints that people had about them. But my experience with it so far has been excellent, and would definitely pick up another Toor Knives knife. I think they're known more for their fixed blades, so it could be just kind of growing pains as they were kind of getting into folding knives. Again, time has passed, so maybe I've gotten a better example of that, but really smooth action. Just as you kind of slow roll it, it's no grittiness whatsoever, really smooth and feels really good. So no complaints from my end again outside of that factory edge, which was pretty weak. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of this knife, and if you have any other recommendations for Toor knives that I should check out. Preferably again the folding knives, just because it's hard for me to carry fixed blades very often. So unless I'm going on like a camping trip or something, I'm not carrying a fixed blade day to day. So don't buy a ton of them. I do have a okay size collection, but nothing compared to my folding knife collection. But let me know if there's any that you'd recommend down in the comments below, and what your experience with Toor knives has been, if you own one or have handled one in the past. But thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, hope you have a great one. Take care.